In the past, application vendors used on-premise tools to manage user accounts, like importing CSV files or syncing with LDAP and Active Directory. But in today's cloud-driven world, these methods are less practical due to security risks and firewall concerns. Many vendors turn to user APIs, but this requires custom integrations for every new application, which can be time-consuming and inefficient. SCIM, or System for Cross-Domain Identity Management, is a standardized way to manage your user information across different systems. It allows organizations to securely and automatically share employees' data with service providers such as CloudConnexa. Some of the key benefits of a SCIM, if we want to name here, first of all, it simplifies user management. It automates user provisioning and deprovisioning, reducing admin tasks. Enhanced security is the second one. It keeps user data in sync, minimizing the risk of unauthorized access. And the next one that we can talk about is improving efficiency, eliminate manual and repetitive tasks. And it also is scalable, easily manages growing user bases. An admin set up new user in their IDP such as Intro ID or OneLogin. This information such as username, name, email, groups is automatically sent to CloudConnexa using a SCIM. The applications then create accounts for the new employee. Normally, when users join or leave a company, their access to a number of applications needs to be updated. Again, using a SCIM, IT admins can make these changes in one central place, the identity provider, and have them automatically applied to all relevant applications. This simplifies IT management and reduces the risk of errors in employee permissions. I'm logged into my CloudConnexa environment admin user interface. This is a brand new environment. Nothing is set up yet. In this demo, we're going to set up the SAML single sign-on with SCIM and using OneLogin as identity provider. So if I go to users, you can see I don't have any users here. Groups, I don't have any groups. Again, as I said, this is a pretty new environment. Looking at user authentication, CloudConnexa is the authentication method here. So let's go ahead and start. The very first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a couple of groups here, because if you need to synchronize your user groups with your organization's IDP, then you have to create the user group mapping. So I'm going to create the groups here first. For this demo, I have two groups. One is going to be the accounting group. Let me go ahead and create that. And the second group is tech support, or we call it support here. Add group. So my groups have been created here. Let's go ahead and continue. We're going to go to user authentication under settings. And we need to enable SAML single sign-on. First, we need to configure it. So let's go ahead and click on Edit. Now let's go ahead and select SAML, and then we're going to click on Configure. Under CloudConnexa metadata, these are some information we will need in a few minutes, and we're going to come back to that. But we need to get to our identity provider metadata. So let's go ahead, go to our OneLogin admin portal, and I'm going to click on Applications. Here, we're going to add an app. So click on Add App, and then we're going to search for SCIM Provisioner. And we can see there are a lot of apps available. So we need to look for the one that says SCIM Provisioner with SAML or full SAML. And here we go. This is the one, SCIM Provisioner with SAML version 2, full SAML. So click on that. First thing, we need to give a name to this app. So I'm just going to call it CloudConnexa, SCIM, and then click on Save. Once it's saved, we have more options such as configuration, parameters, and SSO. So let's go ahead and click on SSO first. And here we need to copy the issuer links here. So this is the one that we will need for our CloudConnexa. So I'm going to click on the copy button and go back to my CloudConnexa. Let's give a name to IDP. Let's call it OneLogin SAML, and then paste that URL here. So for the binding post or binding method, post is fine. Logout URL, if you have something, you can enter it here. I don't have any logout URL. And then for the maximum authentication lifetime, just leave it as default for now. You can change it if you see it necessary. When it comes to reconnecting to CloudConnexa, you can choose either options. I'll leave it as a default, which is a start new IDP login session. And as far as the passwordless or certificate-based login, again, this is an option that you can choose. I'm just going to leave it as default, which is using the default IDP authentication. Once done, click on Next. This is where we need to set up our attribute mapping, such as username, groups, email, first name, and last name. So I'm going to go back to my OneLogin dashboard, and here we're going to click on parameters. And you can see here for the username, the attribute is SCIM username. So I'm going to copy this and then go ahead here, paste it under username. Then we need to do group, email, first name, and last name. So let's go back to our OneLogin, and as you can see, we need to add some parameters here. So first thing, I'm going to do group, just name it group and choose the SAML assertion. And then once you save it, you have the option of choosing the values, which is going to be the group. Click on save. We're going to add a couple more here. So I'm going to click on add again. This time I'm going to choose email. Again, select this SAML, including SAML's assertion, save it, and then we're going to choose email for the value, save again. A couple more first name and last name. We're going to do it quickly here. Okay, we're done here. Let's go back to CloudConnexa and add our attribute mapping. So of group, again, we just created a group. Email is email, first name is first name, and last name is last name. Done. Go ahead, click on next. And everything looks good here, and we can go ahead click on complete, and here we go. So we need to click on edit to enable our SAML. So click on edit and choose SAML single sign-on and click on update and confirm it. We still have to finish our configuration. We're not done, so we're going to go ahead click on edit again, and this time we're going to click on IDP configuration. And we can see these are the information that we need from our CloudConnexa metadata, as I mentioned earlier. So first, let's go ahead and copy this URL here, the issuer name, and then we need the SSO URL. So I'm going to copy this, and we're going to head back to our OneLogin admin portal. This time, we're going to go to Configuration tab and paste that URL here where it says SAML audience URL. Now we need to get the ACS consumer URL and ACS consumer URL validator. Those are the SSO URL from our CloudConnexa. So let's go back to CloudConnexa, copy the SSO URL, and we're going to come back to OneLogin dashboard and paste it in these two places here. Then we're going to scroll down where it says SAML signature element, click on drop down and choose assertion. Then we're going to scroll down again, and under API connection, we're going to enable this. Click on enable. And then we need to enter our SCIM base URL. So let's go back to SAML configuration on our CloudConnexa. And I'm just going to go back to user authentication, click on edit here, and this time click on SCIM. We need to generate the token first. So let's go ahead, choose the lifetime. You can choose 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and then click on generate token. I'm just going to leave it as 6 months and then click on generate token. And here we go. We got our SCIM URL and token. So let's copy the URL first and then head back to OneLogin admin portal. We're going to paste that here. And if you scroll down all the way to the bottom of the page, this is where we're going to paste our token. So I'm going to copy it again from CloudConnexa dashboard and then paste it in our OneLogin. Everything is done. Let's go ahead and click on save to save our app here. Then we need to enable provisioning. So click on provisioning on the left menu and then check the box to enable it. For the rest of the options, you can change it if you think it's necessary. I'm going to leave it as it is right now, the default values. And then let's go ahead and click on save. Okay, for now we're done with our app. And we need to give permission to our users to access this app. So we're going to go to users, and then I'm going to select my first user, Jenny, here. and then we're going to go to application, and we're going to add our SCIM app here. So click on continue. We want to make sure that the values for SCIM login for the user, everything the way it is or the way we want it to be. And if you're happy with it, click on save. You can see it says pending. Click on pending and then approve the provisioning. We're going to do the same thing for our other user, Mike. So I'm going to select Mike, go to applications, again, add SCIM app and continue. And I'm going to make sure the values are correct and then approve the provisioning. So if I go back to my applications now and I check the users, I should see both users have been provisioned here. Here we go. Now it's time to head back to our CloudConnexa and see what's happening there. So let's go to users and click on users, and we can see both users have been added automatically in our CloudConnexa. So it's time to test these user accounts. I'm going to connect with Mike's account. So let's go and copy the user portal URL here. I'm going to open my Connect app and then click on plus sign to import the profile. Paste the address here, click on next. Authentication needed, so I click on sign in. And then we're going to type Mike's username, which is Mike, continue, and we're going to type his password. Again, click on continue. And since this is the first time Mike is connecting, he needs to choose his region. He's in Dallas, Texas, so he's going to choose Dallas and click on continue. We're going to download the profile, so click on OpenVPN Connect, and then we're going to confirm importing the profile. So we can see Mike's profile has been imported to Connect app. From now on, anytime Mike wants to connect, he just toggle the switch and he gets connected. And we are connected right now. Let's go back to CloudConnexa and we're going to refresh the page. And we can see Mike is connected. The user group shows accounting. As soon as he connected, Jenny connects. It's going to show her user account also. If you remember, I mentioned earlier, if you need to synchronize user groups, you need to create the user group mapping, which we did earlier. Now we're going to make some changes and make sure that everything works fine. So let's go ahead and disconnect from Mike's account right now. Here we go. And let's go back to our OneLogin user account. And let's go to users. Let's say Jenny got married and she changed her last name. So we're going to change the last name from Garcia to the new last name Smith, and then save user. If we go to applications, we can see the provisioning is on hold right now. Click on it, approve it. Now let's go ahead and refresh the page, and we can see the new information has been provisioned. So in CloudConnexa, I'm going to refresh my admin page, and if I go here, we can see the new last name for Jenny. So everything was updated. So this was a quick video on how to use SCIM and OneLogin with CloudConnexa.